Well, well. Since Miss Cierra can't stop running her mouth, here we are to talk about her. One thing about Love Island, the show ended weeks ago, but the drama never stops. Ever. Also, Jana and Kenny apparently broke up. Hello? I'm sick about that, because if y'all follow me on TikTok and stuff, you know. And if you watch my video on season 6, you know they were like one of my favorite couples. I'm actually kind of sick. Like, I don't know what this man did, because all that we know is everyone unfollowed him. That's all we know. Everyone. Like, not only did Janae, all of PPG unfollowed him, and all of the men unfollowed him as well, like Miguel and Cordell. Even Liv and Kaylor, and I think even Connor unfollowed him and followed Janae and Cierra. Like, what is even going on? Like, he must have done something so insane, and I literally could not tell you what he did, because I don't know. Like, nobody knows what's going on there. Y'all, editing me here. Oh my god, I literally started editing this video like last night, and today I was gonna upload it. I was gonna finish editing and upload it, and then more drama about Janae and Kenny just came out. They put out a statement. I think Kenny, he put his out first, and he said, "The past few days have been incredibly difficult. I've been quietly sitting on a lot of emotions and doing my best to process everything privately. Breakups are never easy, especially in the public eye. Sometimes, despite how deeply you care for someone, you come to the hard truth that the relationship was not something that could last long term. I'll always be grateful for the time we shared and memories we created. I released this chapter, no ill will, only hope that Janae's path forward brings her nothing but happiness." And then here's what Janae said. "Hi, my loves. Thank you all for your love and support. It means the world to me. As you know, Kenny and I are no longer together. Please know that I have seen all the breakup theories and none have matched up to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly is." That's crazy. Because the rumors that are floating around are already pretty fucking bad. And she's saying it's worse than that, which is... ooh. Discovering that someone you loved isn't who you thought they were, and that the relationship you thought you were building hadn't been genuine since day one and has truly been devastating. Damn, I can't read. Thank you for respecting my privacy. Please know, as a child of God, I will always be okay. And then she responded to Kenny's story and said, "Shut the fuck up, you manipulative liar. You not taking accountability and telling the people the type of person you really are is insane to me. My first statement was me being nice. Do not piss me off." Leah also chimed in and said, "At Kenny Rodriguez, put a sock in it, chat GPT head ass, tell the truth for once, racist or clout/money hungry and scammer since day one, trying to make it seem like it's something it's not. Don't worry, our Nay is blessed and highly favored." Clack. And then Olivia chimed in, Miss Liv, and she said, "Your pathetic excuse for a story is laughable. I can't even put into words how good of a person Nene is and how hard it is to watch her go through something like this. At Kenny Rodriguez, I hope this gives you the clout you always wanted, you loser." Wow. So like I said, we still don't really know what the details of this breakup is, but damn, it's not looking good, y'all. If he really did fake that relationship with Janae, he is a scary ass individual. Because how do you fake a relationship for over a year? Like, you do realize how psychotic that is. Unfollow. Mass unfollowing of Kenny Rodriguez today. So I guess that one we'll just have to hold out on and see what happens. But another news, Brian is also getting very touchy-feely with people at the club. So people think him and Amaya are donezo. I don't know about that either. I kind of don't care about them. I knew they probably weren't going to last. So I don't know. We'll have to see with that as well. But today we're going to talk about fucking Cierra, because she's forcing us to listen to her the same way she forced that relationship with Nick. Let's get into it. She put out a video on TikTok that I literally watched a repost of because I refused to give her my view. Apparently, this girl thinks she was done dirty by Nick and Alandria. So I made some little notes, and we're gonna get through everything. Right off rip, she calls what her and Nick had a relationship. Mind you, this man has only referred to Cierra as a strong connection. we'll get into like the dynamic of their relationship and why I think that relationship was never going to work regardless of whether Alandria was in the picture or not, or regardless of whether he left with her or not. I don't think it mattered what circumstance they ended up in. It was never going to be her, and it was never going to be them. And I will explain that. But we will start by saying, I'm going to start by saying, Cierra is completely 110% valid in feeling whatever she's feeling. Like, there's no, I'm not going to sit here and argue that. She's allowed to feel hurt and upset. Even though I don't think that Nick and Alandria hurt her intentionally, it is possible to hurt somebody unintentionally, which I think they did to her. And that's okay. And that's fine. But what I'm not going to say is that they owe her a damn thing. That I don't think is true. Okay, but we'll get into why I think that. But I also don't think that Cierra deserves to be bullied. I don't think she deserves to be hated on or anything. Also, she made other stories. We're going to hop back, but she also made other things like Shelly. Shelly's name is cleared, y'all, because Cierra said that Huda was licking Ace's during that challenge. Did she overreact? I don't fucking think so at all now. Like, I definitely was on her side to begin with, but holy shit. Like, yeah, no, she was 100% not in the wrong at all. Like, she's completely valid for feeling the way she felt, and she was valid for being mad. So, y'all are weird. Give Shelly her apologies today. But anyway, moving on, back to Cierra. Like I said, I don't want her to be bullied. I don't think she deserves to be bullied. I heard people were calling ice on her family. She does not deserve that, y'all. Like, now, do you have to like her? No. But do you have to bully her? Also, no. I think you should give her room to grow, and like, people make mistakes, and all she can do from here is not make those mistakes again. That's all she can do. But I don't think she deserves to be like bullied and crucified for it. Did she deserve to be kicked out of the villa? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did she deserve to be called out for saying that? Yes, she did. And people did do that. But that's about it. However, she can be critiqued for this dumbass video she made, which is what I'm about to get into. She first started by talking about her connection with Nick and how they would never, it was like an unspoken rule, I guess, to never share how you actually feel. I already don't care. Like, see, you literally set yourself up for failure just by saying that alone. You expect me to care about your little 4-week-old situationship with Nick that had no depth, which you've said multiple times in the show and outside of the show now. You're saying y'all didn't talk about your other connections with other people. You didn't talk about, like, how you felt about each other. Like, are you insane? Why do you expect me to care about this then? Why do you expect me to care about anything you're about to say about this relationship now? The relationship.
I don't care to hear what you have to say anymore. Stop talking to me.
So the relationship had basically no substance, which, duh, we knew this. We watched the show. We're not stupid. Like, it was kind of obvious they had no substance. They were very lustful. They were very touchy-feely. But you realize they didn't really ever connect emotionally on, like, a deep level. She even said that she connected with, like, Elan when she was in Casa. She connected with him emotionally better than she connected with Nick. So why she was chasing Nick the entire time, I don't know. But we'll get into that. We'll get in more to their, like, relationship dynamic. I'm just gonna go through everything that she said real quick. But I already, like, this is already not off to a good start, because why do you expect me to care about a relationship that has no substance, by the way, and wasn't even an actual relationship? Like, this is the other thing. She's acting like they were married or like actually in a genuine relationship and this man cheated on her. That is not how that happened. I think she's forgetting that this is a reality TV show where the whole premise of the show is to explore other connections. You get new people or people that were already there that you were starting to vibe with, and you explore with them as well, and you see which connection is stronger. Then she talks about Nick and Alandria downplaying their kiss. Now this, I fully understand. I fully understand them downplaying the kiss. I'm not gonna lie. Do I think they could have just been honest? Sure, maybe. But I see why they didn't. But also, they were not expecting to actually act on their feelings that they felt during that time. Because it was confirmed in an interview that Andrea did that they were in fact lying about that kiss.
Even if I did feel a spark, I just made myself not feel it because I'm like, bro, I feel like I owe her so much. I know she's over there really missing him. She's hoping to come back to him in his place. What if I didn't feel right just jumping in like, you know what, I feel something. I know you feel so strongly about me. Let's explore, let's connect her. So I'm like, bro, I feel like I owe them so much. This feels weird to me. So Nick was like, yeah, me too.
Duh. We kind of already knew that. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I see why they did, because they weren't going to act on it. Nick was like, think about it in Nick's perspective. Alandria did not want to explore with Nick. And it wasn't because she didn't like him. It was because of the other people they were in connections with. It was out of respect for them. And they just didn't want to step on any toes with that. And they didn't want to put themselves first. They wanted to be selfless and just stay loyal to who they were with. Do I think that was a good idea? Probably not. But I also respect that and understand that. And y'all love this girls narrative. That was a girls thing to do. She backed up, even though she felt for Nick. She deleted herself from that equation twice, mind you. She also wanted to explore him at the beginning. And when he got in a love triangle with Bella and Cierra, she took herself out of the equation. I get why they did it. They were that was a situation where they were kind of damned if they do, damned if they didn't. Honestly, like if they did get together after the whole situation with Cierra and Nick, it would have still looked bad on them regardless. Like but that's how the game is. That's how the show is. That's the point. The point is to explore other connections and explore different connections. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know what you want me to say about that. Like, I really don't. And also, they weren't wrong for kissing. They were not wrong for kissing. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I don't, like, the girl code thing, like, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. This is Love Island. This is not Friendship Island. I don't care. But shoot, since you want it to be Friendship Island, we'll talk about that later. But point is, when Nick and Alandria kissed in Casa, him and Cierra were open. They did express that they were still exploring other people. And also, Nick and Alandria at the time were in a couple together. There is nothing wrong with them exploring, especially when they've had interest in each other since the beginning. It's not a crazy thing for them to explore and see if that was ever anything. I'm sorry, like, lock me up and throw away the key. Shit, I don't care. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not seeing where they were wrong in that. I mean, I get it because they weren't being 100% honest, but I also understand why they weren't being 100% honest, because they were trying to support you. Like, you have to understand the context and, like, why they did what they did. Then she said she feels like Nick was lying to her, which he was. I'm not gonna lie. He was downplaying the hell out of that kiss. He was. Especially on his end, because he was the one that initiated it. The whole time they were exploring in Casa specifically, Nick was the one initiating it the entire time. And I feel like maybe Cierra should have known about that. He was loyal to her. It's a valid thing to be mad about. I get that. She also said it hurt to find everybody shipping them, the whole internet shipping them, his family shipping them, yada, 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 yada. And apparently she has Ella blocked too, which is Nick's little sister. I just found that out.
I see your comments saying something has to be handled, and I have no idea what you're talking about because I've been blocked.
I follow her on TikTok, and that's what she said. So she's like, I didn't know anything about the discourse because I've been blocked by her. But, which I get, I guess. But, like, why are you expecting this? Okay, and see, this is hard because they all kind of tie in together. She wanted Nick to reach out, but also blocked his family. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're not cool with his family, I feel like there's not really much to talk about. Like, I'm sorry. And I get that hurts. That would make me sick to my stomach. I'm not even gonna lie. If I was with a dude and I liked him a lot, and I come out to find out that people were shipping him with another girl the whole time, and he had better chemistry with that girl the entire time, I'd be very upset. I would. I'm not gonna lie. I would be hurt. I get it. And she said that because they didn't reach out to her, it was like those friendships and relationships or whatever didn't exist. But you also have to understand, you were not dumped wrongfully from the villa. You said a racial and got kicked off the villa. Like, you got kicked out for being racist. Like, I'm so sorry, but, like, at that point, they don't really owe you anything, especially because racism could be a deal breaker for people, especially for black women. Shit, racism is a deal breaker for me. I'm not associating with somebody who's racist. I don't care. Now, with that being said, I do think that she should have the space to grow from that and blah, 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 blah. And also, low-key, she loves to be like, oh, that it was used in the wrong context or whatever. She loves to act like she didn't know what that word meant, but she used the word in the correct context every single time she used it. And she always used it in a negative context as well. So I feel like you did know what that word meant. You just didn't care until you got called out, and that's that. And mind you, these two did not even explore. They weren't even going to think about exploring their connection until you left, literally, because they had no choice. Like, who else were they gonna, like, I mean, Alondria didn't have choices, actually. She could have chose, like, Zach or literally anybody else, but she chose Nick because, obviously, duh, they have the strongest connection out of all the guys that were left. It only made sense. I think the real thing she's mad about is the fact that she just wasn't as compatible with Nick as Alondria is. And it's also, when you found out all this information, you didn't ask any questions when you were in the villa, mind you. You didn't even care. When they got intimate, the first thing Nick said was, I'm still open. That should have been a ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling. That was a bell. That was a bell. Okay? This man has never really lied to her. And I also, she's trying to push this narrative now that Nick never liked her, which I don't think is really true. I think he did like Cierra a lot, and he was very comfortable with her. I think the thing is, he just has better chemistry with Alondria, and he's more compatible with Alondria because she has more qualities that he's looking for in a partner. Like, if you pay attention, especially to his intro video, he said, oh yeah, I like to chase girls. I like when a girl doesn't like me as much. I like going at a slower pace with them. I like taking care of them. I like feeling like the man. I like stepping up for the girl that I'm with. Alondria allows him the space to do that. And I think maybe it's because they were friends first, so they already kind of understood each other in a way that maybe you and him didn't understand each other. And that's okay. That's okay. And she has every right to be upset, but let's just look at the facts. I'm being so, what did you want her to do? What did you want them to do? Now, does Nick owe her a conversation? Maybe when he first got out of the villa, he owed her one. Maybe. But honestly, now, after the way she's been moving online, I wouldn't really want to talk to her if I was him. I feel like he said more than enough. She's clearly caught up on what the hell is going on. She's clearly watching their interviews and watching their edits, and she knows what's going on with them. And I know for a fact she's seen the interview probably of the chicks in the office where he talked about her. So that should have been closure enough, honestly. Just seeing those two hit it off way better, talk about their future and stuff. Girl, I'm sorry. It was never, I just realized my camera's so blurry. What was I saying? With another girl, and I think he's doing this out of respect for her. Mind you, also, she wanted them to reach out, but they just got out of the villa, a week or two ago? Week or 2 or 3, I don't know how long it's been, shit, I don't even know. But it hasn't been that long since they've been out. Alondria has her hate train. People are being very racist. It's to the point where Nick has had to take her phone from her because she is sensitive to these comments. I don't think she owes you anything, especially after the way you've moved in the villa. You stood behind Taylor, who embarrassed her, and you stood behind him to save him for Nick for some reason. If you're gonna put boys before your friends, why can't she do the same thing? Why is it cool when you do it, but when she does it, it's a problem? Alondria, I think these women, I swear, they expected Alondria to be their mother or something. They think Alondria is there to be their supporting role or something. She was not supposed to find love herself. She's supposed to just sit here and cater to everybody else's feelings. She's not allowed to find love or explore her connections. Mind you, you got kicked out. Let me reiterate that 1 billion times over. You got kicked out. You were not wrongfully dumped from the villa like you've been doing to other people this whole time. Mind you, you and all the other girls voted to take Hannah off when she was in a connection with Charlie. You didn't stay behind TJ for Iris. I don't know what you were expecting. You don't follow girl. Honestly, none of these girls follow girl code. That's why I don't know why they keep talking about it. Who cares? Who cares? It's not Girl Code Island. It's Love Island. I'm sorry. I don't care. I honestly think at this point you should invest in a diary and stop telling your business on the internet. Like, you can talk about everything else. Talk about your own experience. Like, that's totally fine. But I don't, like, you don't need to, and especially you don't need to bring Alandria into it, because Alandria does not owe you anything. She doesn't owe you a damn thing. It is not our fault that you forced this connection with Nick so bad, because if y'all go rewatch the show, she did force it a lot. Like, if you pay attention, this man low-key wasn't talking a lot about how he truly felt about situations. She kind of talked for both of them, and you didn't explore other people when this man was giving you signs that he was definitely not 100% with you. I don't know what more, like, she's actually, the problem with her is she's not taking accountability for her own actions. Like, yes, Nick was in the wrong for maybe leading, I don't even want to say he was leading her on, because he really wasn't. Literally, I think the only thing that he might be at fault for is when he closed off their relationship, because I don't think he should have done that if he wasn't really feeling. But also at the same time, he might not have been, I don't think he even realized how different his connection was with Cierra versus Alandria. Like, I don't even think he realized how much he truly gravitated towards Alandria until he came out the villa. Like, even when they asked him in the Chicks in the Office podcast, they were like, they asked him about that, like when she asked if he was his dream girl, and he said, and he said, well, I don't know, like, I didn't really remember in the moment, and I didn't really realize that I was acting that way in the moment. Like, all I know is that Alandria makes me smile, and I'm always laughing with her, and I'm always smiling with her. Like, I don't even think he realized how compatible they truly were, because they didn't really get to test their connection like that in Casa, because they felt so guilty about it. So for her, like, I don't think she was blindsided, like, high key. Like, the red flags, every time she clocked something, she just would ignore it.
That I'm feeling like maybe my feelings are stronger than his. It's very clear to me that, like, you are the only person in here for me, and, like, I only have eyes for you. I feel like I only have eyes for you.
Also, Miss Cierra, you were intimate with a man that you knew wasn't locked in with you. If you are the type of person to get more emotionally invested in somebody after, you need to make sure that person is locked in with you. You need to make sure that that person wants you 100%. People do it casually all the time, okay? If that means something to you, then that's something that you should withhold. I was intimate with Nick, so now none of you other girls can explore him because we were intimate. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. If he wasn't locked in with you, like, you shouldn't have done that then. Regardless of whether it was intentional or not, they did hurt her, and that's fine. But, like, you also have to look at the facts. I suggest you go rewatch the show at this point, so you could see how you were acting with Nick, like how y'all were moving. Because your connection was never really that strong to begin with. Sorry. The other thing I wanted to mention is the whole Taylor thing, because people love to say that Nick and Taylor moved in the same way, and I do not think that's true at all. Taylor vocalized that he was not physically attracted to Alandria at the very beginning, but still led her on, still strung her along. These men were damn near forcing him to come up with dates. Kiss her, hug her, like, be affectionate with her. His friends had to convince him to do that shit for her. So he wouldn't go home, blocked out every connection. Every time she was getting close to somebody else or trying to explore somebody else, she would stay fiercely loyal to him, because he would lead her on and apply pressure when she was exploring with other people. And then as the second he found somebody, he kicked her to the curb. But was still, and even then, even when he found Clark, he was still trying to be all up on Alandria when she was trying to explore Nick. Instead of just cutting her off, like basically wanted to happen, he wanted to cut her off. But instead of saying that to her, he just let her lose all of her connections, all of her other connections, and then tried to dump her. Also joked about her not being liked. Like, are we watching the same thing? Like, Nick would have never done that to Cierra. He would have never done that. I mean, now, they did move very similarly in the way that they just weren't being honest 100% about how they felt. But honestly, I don't think Nick was not being honest. Was he withholding a lot of information? Yes. But he was, everything that he said to Cierra, I felt like he meant. And whatever he didn't say to Cierra, he also meant. And he stayed loyal to Cierra. And, like, and I don't fault Taylor for that. I don't fault Taylor for finding a better connection in Clark. But the way he went about it with Alandria was very weird. very fucking weird. And I kind of don't like that. And Nick and Alindra were always honest with Cierra. The only reason they downplayed it was because they were not even going to act on it because they didn't want to hurt her. So her friends, her like real life friends that she's known for years, they all abandoned her when them posts came out. So you expect these people that you've known for a month to be loyal to you, and you're over here chilling in God knows where with these same people that were your friends for years that turned on you in like 2 seconds online when stuff got hard for you, but you're out here chilling on vacation with them. Now how that works? I think it's just a very nuanced situation. It's very complex. It's not very like, I don't think anybody's fully in the wrong and I don't think anybody's fully in the right. That's the thing. So it's just perspective, honestly. It's just literally your opinion. But at the end of the day, they all came for the same thing. They all came to find love, to see their connections. I'm sorry, but closed off does not mean boyfriend and girlfriend. You said that yourself with your own words. And when you got kicked out the villa, Nick was single. Fully single. And you didn't get wrongfully removed. You were kicked out. And also, Shelly said in the Keke Palmer interview that Cierra did reach out to her. So if you wanted to talk to Nick and Alindra, why didn't you reach out to them? Why do they have to reach out to you? Is she entitled to feel the way she feels? Yes, 100%. Yes. But does that mean that I have to care about it? No. And I don't. I'm sorry. Like, at the end of the day, that's how the show works. Okay, people get dumped sometimes. You were removed. You don't even fall in that category. You don't fall in a category where anybody owes you anything, to be honest, in my opinion, in my personal. A lot of different things can also be true at once. And she did say that she was happy for them, but she also feels upset for herself, and that's totally fine. And that's the only thing that she said that whole time that I wasn't irritated by. So yeah, but I don't know, girl, go get offline, take time to heal. But also, like, they have a good connection. The way Nick and Alindra's connection was built is completely different from how him and Cierra's connection was built. And the dynamics in the relationships are also completely different. Like, Cierra was pretty dominating in her relationship with Nick. Whereas with him and Alindra, Nick is very dominating in the relationship. And I think that's how he likes it. It just all comes down to the fact that he's just simply more compatible with Alindra. You got yourself kicked out of the villa. So I don't know what you wanted them to do at that point. I don't really know what you were expecting. Like, you haven't really been a good friend to Alindra, so I don't know why you're expecting her to be a good friend to you. Like, and also, you know damn well that the hate that she's getting, if you truly cared about her, you would have at least mentioned that, like, she didn't deserve that hate and stuff that she was getting wrongfully. So the fact that you literally sat here and tried to victimize yourself is crazy. Let me know what y'all think. I just wanted to get it off my chest because she's genuinely starting to irk my soul. Like, I'm so serious. She's genuinely starting to irritate me. It feels like rage bait. You guys think that she was owed anything from them, or do you think... I think 100%. Do you think her feelings are valid? I think they're valid, but I also think they don't owe her anything. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, it's a very nuanced situation. Like, I get it. I don't think there's a fully right or wrong answer in this. Like, that's just sometimes how shit happens. It's like how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it didn't work out in your favor. I'm sorry that you didn't get the brand deals and the man and all that jazz. Like, that's just... But at the end of the day, actions have consequences. Don't know what to tell you, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, hopefully this is the last time I have to talk about this girl. Let me know what you think in the comments and stuff. Like, subscribe also. It's free, and yeah, that's all I got. So thanks. Bye.